Hey guys, Anthony 4x4 Touring Australia. Quick bit of feedback on our awesome storage system. Some of you may know the bit of a story behind it, but long story short, this was ordered in September 2019 from one of our PRADO contacts who supposedly builds kitchens and bathrooms for a living, aka cabinet maker. It's now January 2021. And I just sort of provide some feedback. So it didn't happen, you know. Apparently it got cut up 6 months ago and it sort of just sat there and no real communication on what, when, why, how, whatever. So we got it back and fixed it up. Let's say fixed it up. He kept telling me, oh, I just got to fix a few things up, but it's all cut up. But anyway, look, it was all cut up, a lot of lengths wrong and slots in the wrong places and things like that. So we fixed a few things up. This video is not about that. It's just about going to give you some sizing dimensions. So for those of you that are interested, this is a 150 PRADO GX of course, because it's got the maximum space in the back. I can't tell you if these measurements are going to work right for you, if you know what I mean. We've got, you know what I mean, we're all the way up to the trim there. So first bit of feedback I want to provide is, because people are after all aspects, like usual, you may find that hard to see, but that voltmeter says 12.3 volts, and it is generally quite accurate, within 0.1 of a volt. I've tested that one and others against multimeters. Give you a little bit of feedback. We've got a couple of fridges running here, a couple of drawer fridges. This is what's really cool about a system like this, and it was the cabinet maker's idea to go for drawer fridges, and I'm not fully decided, so don't all run out and get your drawer fridges. There's a few people that have got these. Some people like them, some people don't. That's why we're going to do some genuine R&TU. That's research and tell you. That's right. That's what we do. We don't do development. We do R&TU, not R&D. So this is the deal, right? We've got, this is a 30 litre, as you can see, right? Not picking any particular brand for any reason. It's what fitted, okay? This one on that setting right there has been on all night. That gave us 0 degrees. I just took the thermometer out, okay? This one here is empty. And with that setting there, is giving us about 5 degrees or 4 degrees, somewhere there anyway. So to give you an idea what they're set on, they're nice and cold in there at the moment. Now, today is Friday, okay? Friday the 1st of January. Yesterday, the fridges were running all day without the battery on charge. So I just want to give you the rundown. The fridges went in the day before that and got connected up. I think that was, oh geez, I'm losing the days now. Wednesday. So Wednesday, the fridges went in. They got connected up to a battery that had been sitting for days with this voltmeter. The compressor's cut in, so it's down to 12.1 under load. Just to give you an idea, that'll be one of the fridges compressors running because I opened it. Basically, yeah, the battery wasn't charged, but it wasn't flat. It was just, you know, it was probably 80–90% sitting there. We've put the 2 fridges in, connected them up, got them going, and for that day, as soon as the fridges were hot, I put a trickle charger on the battery, but the charger barely kept up with what the fridges were using. That was for the balance of Wednesday, okay? Wednesday. The charger was only on for a few hours just for the fridge to get cold. It's like a 1 amp thing, you know what I mean? It would hardly put in, the battery was hovering around the 12.5 volts all day, okay? So it didn't really get a full charge. So kind of real world conditions. You could imagine that was solar on a pretty average day. But of course they didn't flatten the battery. We disconnected the charger by about dinner time on Wednesday and left it overnight. We came out Thursday, let me get this right, Thursday morning, that was yesterday. Thursday morning, funnily enough, the battery voltage was on 12.1, exactly what it's on now, with 1 compressor, 1 fridge running. When the compressor cut out, it came back to 12.2. Okay, when both fridges cut in, it went down to 11.9. So it was quite low, okay? But remember, it hadn't been charged and it got absolutely hammered because the fridges started off hot. And of course, I kept opening and closing them all day, every day, like as if we're using the fridges. This is the first stage of the R&D to see what we're running the Century Dual Force 90 amp hour. And the reason we went for that over the Optima 55, which is fine, it's perfectly sufficient for other vehicles. We're running 2 fridges now. Although we're running 2, the capacity isn't massive. So even though there's 2 independent compressors, which doubles our reliability, they only need to do half the work. So I'm hoping they're not going to use double, but I had that backup plan of the 90 amp hour. Now, yesterday, the vehicle, so no AC charging on the vehicle yesterday. It got driven approximately 20 minutes to one destination. It got driven back again. A couple other little stops, you know, on the way in between, so 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there. I'll say it copped about an hour worth of charging from the DC-DC charger, right? So not a lot of driving when you consider these went on Wednesday. On Thursday, about an hour driving. Fridge running the whole time, set on about 0 degrees, getting open and closed the whole time regularly as I have now, and they will do today. I come down this morning, no compressors running, 12.3 volts on the voltmeter there. Not bad, okay? Not bad. From some of the feedback on these fridges and what they use, I expected worse. People had me conned. Now, they've got a normal compressor. It's got the, what is it, the C-COP 35, whatever. They're the compressors they're running. You know, when they cut, I'll tell you what they use. When they cut in, they go to about 4 amps, ballpark, you know what I mean? About that. And then they settle back to around 2.3, 2.4 amps, okay? So that's what they use when the compressor's running. If they're both running, that means we're just under 5 amps. If the compressor's running solid the whole time, that's going to flatten your battery in 10 hours, okay? Now, depending on the conditions, the ventilation to the fridges, are they sitting in the hot sun? These, they're kind of well insulated because they're in a cabinet, but then they're black on the front. So if the door's open, the sun's on them, it's going to make a difference. You want to sort of hang a cloth, a yellow rag over the front, or white or reflective type colours, try and keep the heat off there. That'll help. The rear is open. You want ventilation. But this video was not just about the fridges. That's the initial feedback on the fridge, the battery, the voltages. The way we got it set up is we can have the K on table here down, okay, and we can open the reason I went for a 20 litre, it can open all the way. I've set it up so that it doesn't hit, it opens all the way. We've got full access there. One of your biggest problems when you're running normal fridges is getting to the bottom half. If you've got a fridge this height, you know, what's that, 4 or 5, about 500, whatever it is, you know, you go into the top and you're trying to get stuff at the bottom. What a pain, right? Just like kitchens change from cupboards to drawers, fridge drawers like this, great idea. Now, somebody had a Evercool 40 litre, which is more about the size of this drawer here. Nice, wide and high, bit higher than these ones, wider, whatever. Nice big drawer, but it's only 10 litres bigger than this one, right? And it weighs double what this one does. So I kind of went, well, I can have two 30s, which makes 60, and it's going to weigh the same as 140. And it happens to fit in the exact same slot as our Engel fridge did. So if all else fails, we take out that division, get these fridges out, and we just put another Engel in there. So we've got plan B. No fridge slides needed. Nothing rattling around, you know, these big heavy steel contraptions of fridges. That's the positive of it all. But is it going to work out? We don't know. That's why you stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe with the bell on so that you can get that next bit of important information when it comes through. What we've done here is we've adapted it. There were some air holes in the design. See those slots there? But I figured, you know what? There's areas you want to clean, and that's right here. See where the fan is? The fan blows to cool certain components. Let's call it the condenser for the video, okay? Every now and then you get dust build up. You want to get compressed air and blow that back of those compressor area and make sure it's all clean in there, right? And that's why we haven't got a back on the system. See how there's no back there? Up here, this is our, you know, pantry area. You know, we use boxes or containers to slide in there. Kind of like a drawer, but instead of using a timber drawer that's quite heavy, this will take heavier stuff like tools and gear like that. Up here's food, you know what I mean? We just need a cardboard box kind of thing. We'll do the job, or a plastic container of sorts from Bunnings. In here's where our bags go. The reason it's all open like this, at least when there's nothing in there, the back of the storage system, it allows it all to breathe, if you know what I mean. So we've got a chopping board here as well, so another chopping board, so we can use both lots of cutting area. We can access our fridges, obviously. We've got full access into all our fridges, which is really good. Obviously we can switch them off when we're not running them. One of the negatives is yeah, you can't run them on 240 volt. The other vehicle, as soon as we park it up, we plug in, and we've got plugs. I'll give you an example, right? Like that one right there. See that plug hanging right there? Yeah, bang, you know, we just plug it in. We've got those everywhere we park the car. There's a plug, power board out the window, plug it in, charges on, fridge is on 240 volts. Now let's have a look at this, right? The design of this drawer, the idea was to not need to have any hardware or handles too much latching it shut. Now, I'll give you a couple of ideas of this, right? At the moment, this isn't even, there's no hinges, there's no dust and dirt getting in any ball bearing hinges or slides or anything that's going to fail. It's literally a drawer sitting on the cabinet, right? Now you can run Teflon, and that's what we did on the other drawer, but this one we sort of went, well, what's the difference really if it's running on Teflon or if we reduce the height of the drawer so there's a space under there and just the sides it's running on? Well, guarantee you, we will tell you what happens from this, but previously for years I had a drawer using a system just like this, but the bottom was full contact and it slid in and out for years, no problem. So we think that's what's going to happen. I've used a patio bolt here to keep it nice and securely shut, if you know what I mean. There's minimal movement there, right? So firmly shut. Obviously we can lock it up, so you know, if you're a hunter or whatever the case may be and you need to lock up ammo or other bits and pieces, you can make it lockable quite easily. Okay, now if you've got small bits of rubbish, obviously you've got bigger rubbish, but if you've got small bits and pieces that are going to blow away and you're cooking or whatever you're doing, you want to quickly get, I just stick it through the hole, right? And then later on, bang, you get into your drawer. Oh, look, packet of Smith's chippies, beautiful. You just get all your rubbish and you put it into your rubbish bag when you clean up. It contains it so it doesn't blow away. See how easy that slides? You know, I can't see there being a problem with that. Bit of wax on the bottom of the drawer every now and then. Happy days, right? Nice and easy, single-handed action, right? Look how easy that is compared to the other one with that metal contraption, and it doesn't even look neat and whatever. If you don't know what I mean, check out our other videos because all the information's there for those that want it. This, nice and easy, single-handed action, it can't open. The best part is, even if you forget to lock that up, the furthest the drawer is going to come back is about there anyway and touch the K1 table at about that distance. Big deal. Doesn't matter, right? Happy days. Nothing's going to happen, right? It can't go past there. We've put stoppers on the back end, even though we haven't got a back on it. Now, let's give you some dimensions. This is for a 150 PRADO GX, not a VX. GX, of course, right? It should be called a CU. You know why? No, a CV, not CU. It should be called a CV. Customer value, okay? Customer value. Just want to get a stop the motor mouth for a minute and give you some measurements for the people that want to know, okay? So you got the tape hooked on that back corner there. 795 is the overall length, okay? 795. Believe me, I know how to use a tape measure, right? So that's your depth, so that the back of the unit just gives you a small amount of clearance to the seat. See that? If you want to go, you can go 800 and you'll just touch the seats, right? That's at the furthest forward position in the 150. They do lay down quite a bit and you lose a lot of space there. The other thing you could do differently on this one is this top sheet here, right? This one here, which is going to be the same depth, but instead you could make it longer and you want to know the distance. Oh yeah, I bet you do, right? So then this storage board can go all the way to the seat. Let's go to the buckle, right? You want to know that distance? I bet you do. Some people do anyway, right? 890, okay? 890. If you're a little bit out, you can file a little bit off and fine tune it, whatever but that's pretty good, 890. So you could add an extra, whatever that is, about 90 mil. For us, we're putting bags and stuff in here, so nothing's going to fall off the back. I like it open because it gives us the extra room to push a bit more stuff in there, and that space gets used up. What happens over the back here? A 20 litre water. Over that side, another 40 litres of water. One fits. That's why we went for the 20 litre here, the smaller fridge, not just so we can fully access. Of course, it's shorter. It's about 20 litres of water worth shorter than the top fridge. So the top fridge takes up most of the space all the way to the back underneath here. The one underneath, there's enough for a 20 litre container plus another one next to it. So we've got 60 litres in water containers that can sit behind there, plus some other space. Now, why are these holes in the side here? Well, we need to access our jack, which we can quite easily do and get into there if we need to, right? A few spare hockey straps there. Right, now, where did I put my fuse box? Easy to access, right there, but out of the way. Of course you can put other stuff in there. Now you know where my keys are to unlock my drawer, right? Right, yeah, tracking device too, yeah, that's it. And now you know where that is. Anyway, not many people waited around this long, just the smart people that want the maximum information. And bada bing, right? PowerPoints here, nice and easy to get to, right? USB chargers, whatever. Got another idea. More water, depends where you're going. You can fit a 20 litre jerry can down the side here, right? We can build a little platform that mounts about here. We can, you know, screw it from the back here. Triangle section supports underneath here. We can get through the inside of the drawer. to screw those supports, and we can have a support right here and sit a 20-litre jerry can right here in this area. And of course there we can see the level. This saves space, or if we're not doing that, we can put other stuff through there to maximize the storage space. That's what the idea is, right? Same over here. We obviously had to have the edge there for the drawers. You can get your hand in there still a little bit. You know, I'm a bit twisted around the wrong way. We'll go the other way. Big arm, like nearly up to the elbow, you know what I mean? But you can reach in a fair way. But the idea is you can pack that area from the front, from the sides of the seats, you know, from the other end down there. You can still reach over the top once it fills up. Jam your jackets, your pillows, all the soft stuff, whatever, or the stuff you don't use is probably going to go down the sides there. All the soft stuff, jackets and that, you jam those in there. You don't have to have all this junk I've got on the shelf up there. That just happens to be there at the moment. You know, you need a spare pack of cashews and whatever, tissues, face masks, you need your toothbrush, you never know. Spare dunny paper, a drink holder, a towel, you never know, these sorts of things. You know, hats. Anyway, the cargo barrier, it's fixed to the back of the storage system with a bracket, some screws. We put a little plate there, right? You can see that plate there to screw to, and it gives us a little backing for that section there. So, yep, there's some orange edge strip it was meant to look funky. There's a few bits missing, whatever, like that one there. They were never done. Like I said, there was a lot of problems with this storage system. We've basically had to remanufacture it here, do some trimmings, and that's where, you know, like some bits, they didn't even get edge strip. Some got edged on the back. We peeled it off, so we've got spare. Still needs a final cleanup. Just giving you guys some feedback. This vehicle is almost ready for Touring Australia. Stay tuned on both YouTube channels for further information in regards to this storage system, and we're going to try and set it up with a supplier, kitchen builder, you know, what do you call it, manufacturer, you know, cabinet solution type person that wants the business, that can make these. We're going to give them all the measurements. Oh, you want some more measurements? Okay, before we go, how wide is it, did you say? Okay, let's hook that over there, right? Let's hook that there. And it's hard to do this one-handed, I've got to tell you. Here we go, try up here. Yeah, I'm really struggling here, here we go. Oh no, we can't do it up there because I haven't got an edge over there. Just have to bear with me. This is for those people that want the measurement, right? We could do the big edit thing. How wide is it? Oh, it's about to slip off. Oh, lost it. Just tape measure. Don't buy Lufkin. Anyway, there it is, right? You can see we've got it hooked on that end. You just want this important measurement. 1 metre and 43. 1043 is the magic number, right? But you can work that out yourself by measuring between your plastic trims, and you can check if your GXL if this is going to work for you. Now, if you've got a GXL, you've got the seats and everything, so straight away you've lost a whole heap of storage space from there up to about, geez, it's up to about this high, isn't it? So you've lost all that space. This is why you go for a GX. It's got the storage space you need to travel with a family of obviously 5, not 6 or 7 or 8. So I understand some people need those seats in. This isn't going to be for you. You don't need this. You're going to modify a system to suit your needs. For us, just quickly, everybody wants a drawer. There's the drawer. It's even securable. Bang, bags for a family of 4. Jam it all in there. Food, a lot of food, basically a lot of supply of food can fit in there. You believe it or not, there's crazy amount that you could feed a family for a week with what fits in there. Plus you got 2 fridges worth. Plus you've got shops every now and then, whatever. Up here, the lightweight stuff, keep your weight down. Jackets, pillows, sleeping bags, whatever the case may be. You can jam stuff in the sides here as well. Again, this is early stages. We're going to modify and change this to make it suit our needs better. And you could do the same thing. So I've given you the depth, I've given you the width. You want to know anything else? Watch some more videos, guys. That's it for this one. It's getting a bit long. Motormouth here, over and out. Thanks for watching. Hope you liked it. If you did, please give us a thumbs up. And hey, don't forget to subscribe, turn the bell on, and we're going to give you some update information on how this dual force goes. That could happen a little bit on both channels. These fridges a little bit. You know, I'm again torn between, is this touring or is this important vehicle information? It's kind of a bit of both. So anyway, let's see where this one goes. Thanks for watching, guys. See ya.